I was triggered by my ED. My name's Alyssa, and I'm your Orthodox Jewish friend in binge eating disorder recovery. I've been pretty solid in my recovery for a while now. I don't get triggered very often. Of course, I go through my day and there's certain things that I notice or thoughts that pass in my head, but again, they're just thoughts and they're just passing. I've learned to be able to deal with them more easily. But being triggered to the point of actually getting upset and having to talk to myself and feeling just so frustrated doesn't happen so often. I'm really grateful for that. And there's one thing that I've been struggling with a lot, that is feeding myself when there's not a preferred food available. Also, my list of preferred foods is really short, and I could eat those foods over and over and over again. A lot of people in eating disorder recovery are like this. I think it can be really hard to put that feeling into words. And just because you go and you look in your fridge and there's nothing that you want does not mean that you have a problem. I wouldn't even call this a problem. It's just a symptom and a difficulty I have to overcome as part of my ED recovery. Just don't want anyone to be confused if they've ever gone and stood in front of their fridge and been like, I don't know what I want. That doesn't mean that you have an ED or an issue. And I'm sure that there are people who are in recovery who can relate to this symptom that happens. It's possible there's a technical term for it that I don't know. So when I felt like there was nothing in my house to eat and there was a specific food that I really had my mind set on that I really wanted, I was being penalized by being charged twice for it, even though the food was coming, I felt really, really distraught. I'm glad I was able to eat, and I'm glad that my issue was resolved as well. Just another day in the life of recovering out loud so you don't have to suffer in silence. Recovery is not always easy, but it is always worth it.